Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, which now means it's time to get your team's football shirt. But I'm not trying to pay £120 for a football shirt. I'm just saying. But I have found the solution for myself and for you, the lovely audience of the Don Husam channel, with your own coupon promo code. And this is the solution, ladies and gentlemen. All you've got to do is just go to okjersey.com. As you guys can see, all the options are there. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan, you guys already know. And then this is the shirt. Look how amazing it looks. I'm just gonna go pick my size, and then after that I'm gonna choose the Premier League patch. And listen, I'm too old to be putting any player names on the back, so I'm just gonna get it as it is. I'm gonna click add to cart, view cart, and this is the same thing that you guys do on any website. You proceed to checkout, you fill in all your information, and then after that, coupon code Husam. When you click this coupon code, you get a 8% discount. Enjoy shopping, guys. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another crisis meeting. This is becoming a weekly thing. This is the longest crisis meeting we've had in history, brothers. This is bad. This reminds me of the LFC therapy, the year where we finished 5th under Jurgen. Yeah, again, mate. I love you. It's time to go. It's just, you get me. Tom Little's a celebrity now. He can't join us normal people on these streams. You know, Tom only joins the big boys now. He joins Kopish and Redmond TV and stuff. Us, we're just regular people, regular YouTubers. You get me? We're all just regular Liverpool fans. Tom's a celebrity now. So Tom's.
I must say though, Husam, your Scouse Jordanian accent is pretty good, to be honest. At least that little phrase there, that was pretty decent, man.
It wasn't bad, didn't it?
Thank you.
I mean, not as good as JJ's, but I give it to you. It's quite good. You
No,
know?
no, listen, I'm going to put it out there. The reason why he's saying that is we went to go and watch Liverpool, and I said I'm going to speak like a local, and I was ordering like a burger and chips with a Scouse accent, and I was paying for the ticket, and no one realised. So, yeah, I'm not doing it on stream.
Nah, bro. That time I honestly feared for my life. I was like, bro, if someone notices that you're just chatting, you know that you're from London and you're just doing the accent. I was like, bro, it's gonna be long. It's gonna be so long. But you
want some chicken, lad? I want some chicken and a can of Coke. That's the best I'm gonna do today. Big up to Mike. Mike, why are you just? Isn't it Thanksgiving? Brother, eat turkey.
Yeah, man, enjoy yourself, man.
Brother, eat turkey. Have some time off, bro. Your blood pressure is just raised every single time. Habibi, drink some tea, relax. Today, use it as a getaway from Liverpool. Sit with your family. Forget this club, brother. This club gonna make you depressed. You get me? Allah, you know what I did today? I told Mo, listen, we're gonna do MHF early. I'm going out. I just came home like 20 minutes ago. Literally, I was out. I was just out. I hang out with my friends, drink coffee, play cards, talk for 4 hours. Have had a great time, and I feel re-energized. I feel re-energized to hate on this bald bastard again. You get me? So, yeah, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. How much to mute Mike and K-Mac in chat? Okay, watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna be really fair, Ed. If you drop 100 piece, I'll time Mike out and K-Mac out for 24 hours, and I'm sure they'll both be understanding. So,
for $105, just
for $100,
just to ask a question.
$100, 50 per person. You get
both of them, 50 per person.
Yeah. 50 per person. I'm gonna give K-Mac a 24-hour timeout, and I'm giving Mike a 24-hour timeout. So, Turkey was yesterday after that performance, brother. We got it was ground turkey. It wasn't even. We got a big up to bars. We got mash up. You get me? That's what happens. It's just, we are mashed. We were destroyed. But anyway, listen, big up to all of you guys. Like I said, please hit the like button, subscribe, and every single one of you bums in the chat. Someone will message me, go like, where can I find this guy? Guys, every link is in the description. Even the ones who don't even appear are in the description. If you want to go find Barnes or Pops, it's on Beige and Reds TV. Ram is on the Ram stand. You can find Jerry at the Jerry James Show. Rax, you just follow me on Twitter. He's a YouTube hoe a little bit. He doesn't have his. He actually did it.
To be fair, I'm a bit like Rax nowadays, isn't it? I'm just a hoe as well.
What? Wait. There's so much to
First
unpack.
of all, that deserves a round of applause. That deserves a
Absolutely.
round of applause. Big up, Ed.
So, Mike and K-Mac, I'm sorry. I'm sure you'll be understanding.
Yeah.
But you get me. Money is money.
Thank you for the donation.
Yeah.
So, Mike, put user in timeout, 24 hours. Done. And K-Mac, put user in timeout for 24 hours.
Wow.
Hey, he paid up. Every single one of you would have done the same thing. Don't lie. Don't lie. You get me? Thank you, Ed. Appreciate you, brother. You get me? Thank you for this.
All right, Husam, would you have removed one of the panelists? If Ed had said, you know what, yeah, you see Ram, I want you to remove him.
See, this is you see this danger.
I'm asking a question.
This is why I don't
It
go on the
depends.
same
He's just
team.
putting it
I
out into
want
the
to move
ether. He's
Barnes.
just putting it out in the
I
ether.
want to remove Barnes because I want to hear his opinion. I don't want to remove Rax. Jerry, I can't remove. So it's
That's nasty work, Jerry.
Should I
That's
just leave?
nasty
Should I
work.
just leave? Should I just leave it?
no, Ram. We want to. We want to hear that.
See, this is why I don't like being on the same stream as JJ, bro. He's a menace. He's a menace.
Yeah, good. Get menaced on. Hold that, mate. Anyway, let's get to the football, guys. Look, I don't want to keep stopping the show to say like and subscribe. There's already 300 people in here. Just close the live chat, hit the like button, subscribe. Go check out our sponsors, OK Jersey. Use code Husam for 8% off. You get me? So please like the video right now and subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you. Already 300 people locked in. Let me actually start off with the Ram because I think we have abused him a little bit. So let's speak about Liverpool Eindhoven. PSV yesterday played like PSG. Talk to me, Ram, man. What's going on?
Look, at the start of the season when we signed the likes of Isak, Beats, Ekitike, Kirkes, you're hoping that we'll go and compete with the likes of Bayern, the likes of Barca, the likes of Real, the likes of PSG, for example, toe to toe. And here we are. PSV came toe to toe with us and beat the crap out of us. We got destroyed and humbled by PSV. Not PSG, people. PSV. Even Arne Slot can't beat a team from his own nation. Can you get any worse than that, people? Can you get any worse than that? I don't think so. Look, I've been of the feeling that the manager has lost the dressing room, and it was clear to see why yesterday. You look at the performances of certain players, the handball by Verge, brother. I don't know what this guy was doing. I don't know why he put his hand up like that, acting as if he's gonna play volleyball or something. Then Kanate with that bozo moment for the second. The Salah couldn't be able to go back and track his own tackle for the second as well. Just every single aspect of the field, every player on the field just was absolute horse crap. Curtis Jones playing as a right back just goes to show that we're cooked. We're cooked, and it's terrible to see it, man. And it's terrible to see. I said it after Nottingham Forest. I wanted the manager to leave. I think at this point it's becoming apparent that it's just nothing's working. He's tried everything. He's tried the new system, hasn't worked. He's tried to revert back to the old system, hasn't worked. He's tried to tweak things to try and get the best out of everybody. It doesn't work. So what's the next option, man? You've tried everything. Everything's tried, and nothing's working. We're losing games. Our worst run since 1953. 1953. Do you know how, bro? That was almost 80 years ago, bro.
Rax wasn't even born.
Legit, man. Legit. Fun fact. I told Terry this, and he said his dad wasn't even born. And Terry's an old guy, bro. That's how bad it. This was before Bill Shankly was our manager. This is what I'm saying, man. I feel as though the manager's out of his depth at the moment. The players don't want to play for him. And if the players don't want to play for him, then that means that he's lost the dressing room. The only player that's playing for him is Soboslai. That's just his natural game. He will always give his heart out on the pitch. So we'll see how it is. He's got the dreaded vote of confidence. And if anyone's played FM, you know what that means. It's time. It's almost time for him to leave. But when? That's another question.
Guys, without everyone losing their mind, all five of us agree except one person. Hint, he has a hat on. Rax, no, don't take off your hat now.
All right, Rax is still over there.
Yep, he's still on the pro slot side.
He's
Let's
still on
allow
slot
him to
island.
explain himself.
Libraries coming
This is a democracy. The floor is yours, Rax. Whatever you want to say, go for it.
Look, there's not much logic to what I have to say. Of course, if people who are slot out, there are so many people who are slot out now that it's almost deafening. So there's no real logic. It's a pure emotion, and it doesn't matter if it's right now. I can safely say that it's seeming extremely unlikely that he's going to be able to turn this around. I find it difficult to understand, and it's more of an understanding thing, how we go from a situation where everybody was playing for him, everything was working last season, at least until it really didn't matter anymore, right? Like up until after February or whatever it was, March, it didn't really matter what we did. We were always going to get across the line. Arsenal were out of it. And I just don't understand how it's got to where it's got. And so, because to some extent, because that's ununderstandable or it can't be understood, I also don't understand how he's going to turn it around. But I will give him another game. And to answer, Jerry DM'd me, as he mentioned. I didn't receive a DM. He asked me what my deadline is. I'm gonna declare now, here and now, my local team, West Ham. We play West Ham this weekend. If it doesn't go across, doesn't work out, then I think I'll officially change. But look, even when I look at it in the cold hard light of day, do I think Slot is going to turn around from here? No. So the reason why I'm still slotting is nothing but hope. And
I respect
that. I hope. Yeah, look, I mean, football isn't always a logical game. Sometimes it's also emotional, for better or for worse. We're not here, and we're not on this stream, and we haven't been on these streams for the last God knows how many years, just because of the logic of it all, right?
Yeah.
How many people, Liverpool Football Club, how many people, does anybody at Liverpool Football Club necessarily even know that any of us exist? Probably not, right? But yet we still follow them, game in, game out. We spend hours and hours every week, every month, every year talking about them, getting invested in them on a emotional level. But it's only really a one-way thing, right? The relationships we have actually are the relationships we have amongst ourselves. This is maybe getting a little bit too philosophical now, but I'm just saying that there's no logic to that. If we're being logical, we'd spend more time with our families, more time not, moaning about the slot doing a madness and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to give him another game. I hope he turns it around, but I appreciate it's probably unlikely.
Guys, this is why is everyone quiet? You can speak. This is your first time here. Go ahead, Barnes. Talk to me, guys. After this, I'm not going to keep doing this host stuff. Just talk. You get me. Go ahead, Barnes.
It's time for the manager to go. He shouldn't just be now. Should have been ever since. Should have been after week 3, week 4. He should have been gone. Hey, listen. Rak, man, I'm going to buy a pair of defibrillators and bring you back to life, B, because you're gonna catch a heart attack if you want with this manager, bro. I mean, honestly, look, nothing has changed. The tactics don't work. The system don't work. The players, he lost the dressing room, and this isn't just this season. This has been from last season, the ending of last season. After the United game, I start to see a completely different team compared to what we saw before the United game. I saw a lot of problems, and I was starting questioning. And I was a big slot in guy. Like, I was supporting the manager, but I started to see a lot of issues. And now this season, nothing's going to change. He needs to be gone now, because if we expect to win anything, and that's a big if, it gotta be now. You can't even want. You honestly think, we beat any Hammers on Sunday?
I hope. I hope.
Again,
Just to destroy Rak's hope, West Ham have 7 points out of 9 in the last 3 games.
there you go. We've lost 9 out of 12. Wolves have lost 10 out of 12. One more loss, and we're on the same space as Wolves.
How many points has Wolves got this season?
They ain't too far off of us. I ain't looking at how much you got, Rap, because I ain't looking at the standings right now. There's no point.
Yeah, all I can say is Van Dijk is a very good captain, innit? Good captain.
All I can say is that Van Dijk gotta stop playing volleyball and keep his hand.
No, play volleyball.
Barnes, remember that
Van Dijk.
conversation last time? Told you, see?
Van Dijk is slut out, blood. You know what I mean? Play
He
volleyball.
did the Gerrard against
That was
Blackburn.
1,000% deliberate. No one can tell me.
I don't. Well, the thing is, when I don't, if that was the case, I don't know why he would have come out at the weekend saying we're letting the manager down.
Yeah, because.
Yeah, but what is he going to say
Rax,
publicly?
Rax,
Fuck slot?
have-
No,
Rax,
but then he would say nothing, right? Then you would say nothing.
I want to address that question.
Go on.
Have you never lied to a girl? It's the same thing.
Listen, stop.
Very
Oh, darling, I love you.
End the stream.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Him can't come out and say, well, I want the manager
No,
out.
but-
He will not say that. Come on.
No, but he would also. You could also just not say anything, right? You could say you could say we're letting the fans down, and he is specifically name checked the manager. So that's what that, and I don't know. Maybe he's doing that to obfuscate or something like that. I don't know, but it seems for me when he mentioned the manager specifically, I think that was him trying to show some support for the manager because he understood that the tide against him has turned.
That whole thing.
And we know a lot. We know a lot of the players. They kind of have feelers out. They have representatives. People know they have an idea of what's going on the ground. That was my take on it. I may be wrong. I guess we won't know either way. But the fact that he name checked the manager, that's what I took from it. I may be wrong.
The whole response, everything was theatrical. Van Dijk was like, "What? He fouled me. That's why my hand went up." Rubbish, Van Dijk. I'm not stupid. He literally looked at the ball and went up and palmed it. You understand? That brother he went up and palmed that ball. It was timed. Like if sometimes your reaction and you flare your hands up, you can miss. So your hand might go up before the ball or it might go up after the no. It was perfectly timed. Listen, it's okay. It's okay. As long as these men do their jobs. And listen, I think I have the same emotions as Rax. I just process it differently. I never wanted any of this.
Quickly, just Lex, just before you go, none of you speak Arabic, but you don't need to speak Arabic to understand this. That's basically like if the Arabic commentator is saying this, you're cooked. I'm just saying. I agree with Lex completely. I'm gonna let you go, Lex. Sorry, but I had to speak on that. When the replay happened, and Van Dijk was so convincing to the referee, he convinced me that you got fouled. I'm like, okay, let's watch the replay. There was no foul at all. He just volleyball.
None whatsoever.
He legit did. Go ahead, Lex. Sorry, I just had to say that.
Yeah. So as I was saying, I'm pretty sure I have this very similar emotions to Rax because I never wanted any. None of us wanted at the start of this downfall. At the start of this downfall, I was like, "Yo, brother, look at Slut. He made so many changes last year and won us the league. I'm fine. We'll fix this." And then he just went on to be more clueless every single week, and it's gotten to the point where it's so bro. We are at the point of losing at Anfield regularly. Mm-hmm. And not a 2-1, not a hard fought victory, not because of a lack of quality. It's not like we have Maguire and McTominay in our team, blood. You get me? It's not due to all the things that we could say. It's just due to the tactics. I've seen PSV, they go on the attack. Who's in the midfield? McAllister and Gravenberch. But the two of them are so far apart. You'd think we were attacking, but we're defending. And then McAllister just gets run around. Who's there to cover McAllister? No one. So man's just running in acres of space. Where's everyone else? At least if you get to a point as a manager where the situation is untenable and you're losing games uncontrollably, you have to then resort to a tactic to at least draw games. Brother, draw a game. Draw one. It's not, we're not saying we all right, okay, we played 12 games, we lost 5, we drew 5, and then we won 2 or something like that. No. We're in a situation where it's either win or lose. But when we lose, at this point, the wins are actually being filtered out. The wins are kind of going away. And now we're just getting slapped for no apparent reason. Just surprise. Brother, Van Dijk and Konate are in a situation where I don't know about anyone else in the team. Some of the guys look like they're actually trying to employ the tactics. But I can tell you 100%, Van Dijk and Konate are 100% slot out, especially Konate. Konate makes mistakes and smiles. He's doing legit bro, he was a rock last season. He was everywhere getting blocks, just easing people off the ball, taking the ball, passing it out, threading through balls to attack, counter-attacks and so on and so forth. Brother, we're not getting none of this. Everyone has totally changed. And I just think it's just something emotional. I don't know whether Slot said something wrong. Don't know who Slot tell about them mother. I don't know what happened. All I know is none of these men, or most of them, or even let's just put it like this, the players that actually matter and the ones who have the most influence on the team don't fuck with Slot anymore. And it's very unfortunate because I would have wanted to see us at least go through a phase where, okay, we're thereabouts. And brother, we're 12, 11, 12. What is this? No, brother. We can't. This is not no Manchester United, Eric Ten Hag, Ruben Amorim type of thing. No, we cannot go from winning this.
And you want to know the thing? Like, so you work with Flawless every week. You want to know the difference? So many Man United players at the time hated every single one of their players. I don't hate any of them.
I don't hate none of them.
I don't feel any hatred towards any Liverpool player right now. Not even Van Dijk. Not even Konate after years. I don't hate any of them. I don't dislike any of them because I know their true
capability. I actually don't hate any of them.
And you know, JJ mentioned this, and I'll be honest, I was wrong to not listen. So fair enough, JJ. But he mentioned this. He said that Slot went against his principles against Aston Villa and Manchester City. With all due respect, fuck your principles. Why does your principles take precedence over Liverpool not being humiliated and embarrassed?
Because it's the right way of playing football, Husam.
Three games, 10 goals conceded, 1 goal scored. And we're sat here talking about principles. What principles? If you're trying to do total Dutch football, Habibi, with Van Basten and Cruyff, it didn't work. It's not going to work with Salah and Gakpo. And this version of Salah as well. It's not going to work. If you're trying to do the PSG football, why the fuck you signed Wirtz? Why you signed Isak? Why didn't you keep Diaz and sell Gakpo instead? Nothing that we're doing on the... Bro, Gravenberch will never be Vitinha. Never. Gravenberch will never be João Neves. Gravenberch, every pass is a shot for Gravenberch. He's just like, it's just his passing is level below these guys.
It's not
Stop
just
trying to ask people to do shit that they're not comfortable with. Like I own this channel. I invite you guys. Liverpool crisis meeting. Come, let's talk about Liverpool. Imagine I start the stream and go like, okay, guys, let's talk about Wolverhampton Wanderers. What are your thoughts on the squad? It'll be the shittest show ever. And then I go like, no, it's my principle. We have to speak about everyone. That doesn't make any sense. You have to give people comfortability, topics, things to talk about. Say, even as content creators, never mind Liverpool manager. We're asking Salah to be Maradona. He's not. We're asking Gakpo to be Maradona. He's not. We're asking the midfielders to all be like fucking what's his name? Xavi and Iniesta regions, which they're not. We're asking our everything that's wrong with Liverpool. Sorry, I'm on a rant. Yesterday there was a moment where I'm like, I looked at it and I said it even in the watching. I'm like, this is everything wrong with Liverpool. Gakpo is further away from the goal than fucking Kirk has. Like this is where principle now becomes toxic principles. This is like some like insanity right here. Arne Slot, are you telling me you want Gakpo further away from the goal than Kirk has? And you're telling me you want Mo further away from the goal than Curtis Jones? Do you understand how stupid and idiotic that sounds? It makes no sense. I want Gakpo closer to goal. The reason why Kirkes wasn't team of the season is because he was overlapping fullback at
I
Bournemouth.
want Gakpo on the bench,
up,
bro.
down. Every single time we watch Bournemouth, the guys, Bournemouth are a very entertaining team. We all watched them last season. We saw Kirkus. We know what Kirkus is about. We said when we signed him, he's a younger version of Robertson. Up and down that left-hand side, cross in, pass, blah, blah, blah. And you're asking him to invert. Why the fuck is he inverting? So I'm at the point, and there's another point I want to mention as well. I'm sorry, guys, I'm going on a rant, but there's another point I want to mention quickly. And Mo bring this up for Simeone and Inzaghi all the time. And I'm looking at Slot and I'm feeling the same way. There is another side of management, and JJ probably knows this as well because he played football at the highest level out of all of us. There is something called mental preparation and the way that you motivate and the way that you manage your players. I think Slot has absolutely abused the confidence of a lot of these players. Like literally, like abused their confidence. I think Wirtz have no confidence in himself in a Liverpool shirt. Neither does Isak. Neither does no one has confidence. The only one that has confidence is Szoboszlai now. That's it. It's like we're watching Szoboszlai maybe attempt a thing or two. The rest of the team is just they don't even believe in themselves anymore. And this is part of the mental preparation for the team, which I think he's sucked at this season. So much chopping and changing. Ekitike has been our best signing this summer. It's now 8 games without a goal. 8 games without a goal for our best signings. What the fuck does that say about the rest of our signings?
Listen, Curtis Jones had a brilliant interview at the end of the game, and I'm glad he said it. He actually called out the tactics in the interview. I would like to hear a more senior player actually do the same thing, to be honest. But big up to Curtis for doing it, because it's absolute rubbish what we're seeing on the pitch. Rubbish. McAllister keeps getting called, and keeps getting playing time. He's a statue. Anyone want to know why no one in covering? Because he is a liability. Why are you going to cover a liability? Gakpo, I'm like Lex. He should be on the bench. One trick pony. Cut in, shoot. Cut in, shoot. Balls end up in Los Angeles. Blasting over the bars. It's not going to work. Slot's philosophy is outscore every single team. So when you come up against a defensive team, a really good defensive team, and you don't outscore them, and you can't score, and they hit you on a counter and score, how are you going to win the game? It's foolish principles. It's absolute stupidity, in my opinion. He thinks this is rock and roll football, that you're going to outscore every single team. No, you can't do that. You can do that against a weaker squad, but we can't even do that anymore. And Anfield, that used to be a fortress, now is nothing. No one fears coming to Anfield anymore. No one fears the red shirt.
I think the thing is, I appreciate what you're saying, because that seems like how it is right now. But if we look at last season, and that was the season when he got a lot of praise, when he came in and he started winning all those games, the plaudits he was getting was about the fact that he came in. He didn't change anything, but he tweaked little bits and pieces. The emphasis was more on control and less on heavy metal football. So my thoughts, and also that those were the echoes coming out of the club, that they didn't want to bring somebody in like an Amram who's going to rip up the playbook and play 3 at the back and all this kind of stuff. That was the rationale behind it, to kind of steady the ship and maybe exert some control and not change too much. Obviously, we've changed a lot this season with personnel. So I don't. My confusion, and I think a lot of the confusion, maybe even also around my stance with Slot, is that the approach we had last season and the approach we have this season, also compared with the players we bought, that doesn't tally up. That doesn't make sense, because like Isak was a fantastic striker, but he's not a heavy presser. I don't think he's as good a presser, for example, as Diaz was last season, or as Bobby was when he was in his prime, for example. So that whole thing is confusing, and that's also why. Look, I know that Slot is the main person being questioned right now, but Hughes brought him in, and I think Hughes has to also be questioned. And Husam knows, like, I've been quite a staunch advocate for the backroom team, and I've spoken a lot about Michael Edwards over the years, that I'm being quite supportive of him. But he brought Richard Hughes in. So whilst I think it's a bit premature to start saying those guys should go, they should certainly receive some degree of scrutiny, because we all celebrated the strengthening of the squad over the summer. right now, well, none of those players, as Husam mentioned, Ekatike's gone off the ball a little bit. Like, we spent 400. Don't get me wrong. I do think we've bought quality players. I think all of them are very, very high level. But it's not just about buying good players. If that wasn't the case, Man United would have won the league a few more times since then, or Chelsea would have won the time a few more times since then.
Here's the difference, right?
This goes back to what Lex was saying earlier on, where he was like speaking about like how we feel towards the players and blah blah blah. I don't dislike any of our new signings either. I think they're all good.
Neither. Yeah,
I like, because like, you know, during international break, I'll do a watch along here and there. I don't give a fuck how weak the opposition is, because we've lost to Galatasaray, we've lost to Nottingham Forest, we've lost to PSV Eindhoven. So don't tell me, oh my god, they're playing weak opposition, because Wirtz is doing some Tony Kroos shit out there for Germany. You like everything. Isak, even when I did the Sweden
it's not even
game,
just that, Husam. Whenever any of our players that play internationally play, they look way better than they do for us.
Better.
Facts.
You get me? And then so for instance, here's a hole in the argument of selecting players for a manager. Whenever you enter an environment and you have tools, you have to use what you have. You have to make do with what you have. You cannot try to use a hammer as a saw, nor a saw as a hammer. So, for instance, your job as the manager isn't for the organization to provide you specifically with exactly what you want. It's for them to have what they have, and you to be the person with the capabilities of doing it. If you cannot use the tools that are available to you, we'll find someone who can. It's just as simple as that. So if we make certain changes, so for instance, the thing about it is it's very difficult for us to foresee, and I think also for those group of guys to foresee Slot not doing well with these players, because everyone here, including the rivals, were quaking in their boots. You get me? Because all of us were saying, well, now that we have words and this and that and so on and so forth, yes, we might have to tweak the play style to suit the players that we're bringing in, but essentially, we expect him to do a better job because of the job he did last season. Yeah. Now that we're seeing what has happened, it's like, okay, the changes that we've made, Slot cannot really make it happen or make it work. So what should we do? Get rid of the players? Unfortunately, that is not going to happen. These men are stuck here. They're stuck here for either the length of their contract or unless we deem them as not good enough and sell them in 2 or 3 years. But for the foreseeable future, they are stuck. What cannot happen is that we cannot hold on to Slot and then watch our team disintegrate into a 15th place finish.
Yeah,
it's fine if we were shit all along. It's fine if we're going through a transition, bro. This isn't a transition. This is an ascendance. We were up here and we signed players and we're expecting to be all the way up here. The level, we shouldn't even be able to see the level. You get me? So the fact that Slot can't do it, unfortunately, whatever emotions I feel about Slot and him winning us the league, I'm very grateful for it. But bro,
same, of course.
If Slot was giving me a 6th place right now with a few draws and something, then I could have something to go by. PSV at home at Anfield. Are you mad? 4-1. 4-1.
1-4. But Rak, this is the difference. And you said it right. Last season, he made tweaks.
We lost 2-1 at home to fucking Amorim.
Yeah.
You know how I clown Amorim every week, blood. Moreska, all of these, man. We got slapped by Bournemouth at home. 3-0. We can't even score a goal. We've scored 1. And they've scored 10 against us, all these guys. 3, 3, and 4. Brother, what is this? I don't give up. I don't care how I feel about Slot. Brother, just please. I'm sorry, but you have just, you know what I mean? It cannot work. It cannot work. It don't work, blood. Yeah. 2-1 at home to Ruben Amorim, blood. On the weekend, he lost to a 10-man Everton at his house.
And now Everton above Liverpool in standards.
Oh, my God. Listen, Rax, my understanding... And with your emotional disposition, I think you'll make a great husband for a wonderful lady. But this slot business, no, no, brother, no, we can't do this.
Next is like, I respect the loyalty, man. I
No,
respect
no,
the loyalty, but this is too much.
swear down.
Too much.
No, brother, it's too much, brother. It's like you have a girlfriend and she just won't stop cheat. Like after the 5th time, you have to just say, "All right, babes, we have to break this up." You know what I mean? We can't go to 10.
Exactly.
We can't get to 10 times, bro. 15 times home. You just get abused. You're just in the corner of the hotel, in the chair. Like, at what point is this? It's enough, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's enough.
Yeah. Right. You were right. Last season, he didn't make any changes. He made tweaks in games. At halftime, he tweaked this, tweaked that. His style was still the same because we actually had pressers. Slot told Hughes he wanted these particular players. He got them, and he got rid of our pressers. We have no pressers anymore. He changed the complete style of the football team to what we are seeing right now. We're not defensively. He wants to score. That's all he wants to do. And if you don't have a pressing machine and you don't have a strong midfield, you're going to struggle. And that's what we're seeing right now. You're getting cut open.
Yeah.
It's the manager.
It's really puzzling. I don't know why that's happened. I don't believe that anyone, not just anyone with any logic would want to change so much. Like, we've brought in players, but surely the players that you brought in. Oh god. I think everybody wants to hear from Jerry. How
smug he is.
Jerry can't believe it.
Look at his name. Look at his name, Rex. Look at his name.
Stoic J.
Stoic J. You guys didn't see that in the background there. You guys didn't. Anyway.
It's
Go
guys.
on, until Jerry decides he wants to speak. Go on. I know exactly what he's thinking.
He's waiting for the right moment.
No. It's unfortunately, chat panel. Crisis is too late. It's too late. Crisis is when I was talking to you guys about, you know what? We might have to just change the players that are on the pitch. Couple of men on the back, I was getting corned about it. What do you mean, drop this player? That's when it was a crisis. Crisis was Brentford. That was a crisis. Shout out to Bayesian. That was the crisis. Watching the performances in pre-season, that was a crisis. Watching the performance against Bournemouth at the beginning of the season, where Carragher in front of Slot says, "This is a bit mad." That's worrying. And guess what? I tried to speak about it. Why? Not because I wanted to be right, because I wanted to go and highlight it. The quicker you highlight an issue, you can resolve the damn issue. What you guys are now talking about? It's over. It's done. It's done.
The
rot setting. I've been telling people, you man didn't want to listen, and now the rot setting, and we're all it's a crisis meeting. It's not a crisis meeting anymore. It's stage 4 cancer. It's done. At this point, I don't care. Because now, guess what? You even thought about it. You can go and try and get another manager in. You can do this. You can do that. New manager comes in. He's now got a bunch of players, to Husam's point, where they're not confident. They don't want to be here. Konate's LFC out. He's not even Slot out. He's LFC out. Do you know what I mean? A couple players are LFC out. Players from last season were LFC out. And I told you guys, you didn't want to hear it. I then even said to you guys, and this was early on when we signed the players, I said, fantastic. But what happens if it don't work out with these players? Are we going to get a bunch of another wad of cash to spend? I said this to you guys, and I was told, no, don't know. How negative. What do you mean? What do you mean drop Salah? What do you mean? Even play who? By that time, it was already set. We were stage 2 at that time. So I'm thinking, listen, change the players, do something different. I was speaking about tactics before. I moved on to players. I moved on to the manager. It's over now. It doesn't even matter with the manager now. It actually doesn't even matter. You've let it. What do you think? This is salvageable? Do you think a manager's going to come in and what? Name me. All right, cool. Name me someone in the chat. Name me a striker or a big money signing that has come into a club, flopped at the beginning, and ended up being a success for the amount of money that we spent Isak for and Verts for. Never. Those types of players, they either work out or they don't. It's as simple as that. They either work out or they don't. It's never, oh, but he was rubbish and then he got good. Name me a striker that came in for 100+ million, 50 million, 60 million, that done rubbish and then ended up doing well. They don't.
I mean,
They either come in and score goals.
Drogba's first 2 seasons weren't great at Chelsea.
But Drogba was good. The all-round play was good. All-round play was good. Like Ekitike, it was, but it wasn't Torres at Chelsea. It wasn't Morata.
No. Fair.
That's what we're getting right now.
Anyway, yeah. Even if there is one example, you're right in saying that one example out of 50 other examples which don't go right, it doesn't really make a difference.
Exactly. And what I'm saying now is it's over. It's over because guess what? The new manager comes in, he looks around and says, "I don't really like Wirtz. I don't really like this play. He's going to need to change it." Now the club are going to. It's over. You had the time to set it in to realise that you know what. Champions League football is imperative. If Liverpool do not get Champions League football, like Husam likes to say, khalas, finished. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's done. PSR's coming to get your head. The players want to go and leave. All of a sudden, the pool is different. The situation looks crazy. It's over. But people didn't want to see it. Why? Because you're and unfortunately, and I'm of the belief, right? When we are on a panel, it's different for other fans, but when you're on a panel, right, you have to go and present both sides of the argument. You have to. You have the reason why is because we are discussing things at a different level. We can all just sit down here, and there's channels there where we can just talk about anything. To Rax's point, it's just emotional. We could just go and do that and just speak about how great Liverpool were back in the day. I can tell you my favourite players and how excited I was when we signed Ricky Lambert and I thought he was going to be the best thing. And that's emotional stuff. Yeah, we can speak about that. But there comes a point, and when I'm talking about logic, I'm talking about because I'm in the industry. This is what I work in. I see it. I know I'm working with players that are calling and saying and different in the Premier League, in the Championship, saying, yeah, I'm top goal scorer at this club, but yeah, you know what? Nah, I'm trying to get out of this club. This manager's annoying me, you know. People, like, this is what it is. And when I'm telling people this, people don't want to listen. So at this point, it's over. This is not even a crisis talk now. This is not even therapy. This is just reminiscent of what was in the past. Again, Slot done amazing in it. I'm not taking away what Slot done last year. He done amazing. He made adaptations. He done this. The biggest problem is that when he came in, he made small adaptations to what Klopp did, but he didn't impose his own identity onto the team, whether that is similar to what Klopp did or whether that's something new. Because it becomes apparent now that when shit hits the fan, there's no identity. We are looking at a team that we don't know if they can press. They can't press well. They don't keep the ball well. From set pieces, they're horrible. Offensively and defensively, they show no heart, no guts, no fight, no spirit. So at that point, is that what is this team? What are they?
Yeah,
no
because
one can tell us. No one can tell us.
Let me just respond to the guy really quick. Overdoing it with the doom gimmick. We are 12th with a negative goal difference. We have lost 9 games out of 12. We have conceded 10 goals in the last 3 against PSV Eindhoven. We conceded 4 goals and we conceded 3 goals at Anfield to Nottingham Forest. Morgan Gibbs-White has more Premier League goals at Anfield than Alexander Isak. But we're overdoing it with the doom gimmick. Put the fries in the bag at once.
But you know, to Jerry's point, you know what I think is really pushing the Slot narrative to a point where it's just so untenable. Because look, do I think we need improvements in the midfield to help us sustain football games and so on and so forth? Yes. Do I think we need a few more additions to help strengthen the team overall? Yes. But do I also think that Slot could employ tactics to at least have us winning more games? Or if we can't win, we can at least draw these games? Yes.
No, but it's over tactics. But Lex, I'm sorry to interrupt. It's done. It's done with the tactics. It's done with the tactics. Listen. Tactics work. Tactics work when you have a manager or someone that in the players and an organization believes in whatever project that you're doing. If the players do not believe in it for whatever reason, because they can't run, they can't do this, they can't press the way they did before, they haven't got the ability to, whatever it is, at that point, the bare minimum at that point, and this is where Liverpool are struggling right now, is you need someone to be able to go and motivate you to be like, you know what, we're just going to run around a bit. The new manager bounce a lot of the time doesn't come from the tactics that are employed. It's because a new voice comes in and is able to galvanize a bunch of players, and the target is we are going to survive the season. A lot of the time, that's what it is, right? You go back historically with what Liverpool had. Liverpool had Benitez, and this is for me because Benitez is the earliest manager I remember. You had Benitez in the team. Benitez is also a very stoic manager, doesn't really show any emotion. Players speak about it all the time. But guess who were in the team that went and led the team from, when you talk about from a motivational standpoint, from a psychological standpoint, who motivated the team when they needed it? It was Steven Gerrard on the pitch, and it was Jamie Carragher, right? In the change room. He was the voice. He's the one that's expressing to people why it's important, why this game's important, drapesing people up, sapping people up at training, Gerrard going and motivating everyone. We saw that whole thing about we do not let it slip. There was no Brendan Rodgers galvanizing the team. That was Steven Gerrard trying to galvanize the team to win the league, right? We move on from that. We get Henderson and Milner, but then Jurgen Klopp comes in, right? Now you've got Henderson and Milner that obviously the managers on the pitch, but Jurgen Klopp becomes that voice. So when shit hits the fan, right? When you are going and losing the game, when it's 1-0 down against this, or we're losing against this team in the Champions League or whatever it is, or in the league, he is the one that is the motivational voice, the psychological factor. A lot of the time, tactics go out the window. Against Barcelona, that was nothing to do with tactics. That was just who wanted it more, right? You then move on. Those players, Klopp moves on. Those players leave. You look at it today. Who in that team goes and who in that team do you look at and think, yeah, he's the one that's in that change room? Liverpool are losing the game 1-0. Who's galvanizing that team? Forget the tactical side. I can show you the tactics. But if I'm down and you're showing me, yeah, you need to be, I'll be like, whatever, all right, whatever. Who's in there galvanizing the team? Virgil van Dijk, I don't think he's at the best at it. Robbo, is he going to really do it? Not really, because guess what? Robbo probably feels a bit vindicated vindicated at the fact that, look, I should be playing, but also upset at the fact that, you know what? Why am I being dropped for Kirkes, who honestly isn't good enough to play for Liverpool? He's just not good enough. It's as simple as that. You go and look at it now. Salah, is he going to galvanize the team? Is he gonna slap someone on the pitch to be like, wake up, the way Milner did? No. So you look at it now and it's like, forget the tactics. The tactics was 2 months ago. That's my point. The tactics is what we speak about 2 months ago. When we're like, should we go to a back three? Should you? It's done now. Now it's about, can you just motivate the players to just go and get a result? Get a 1-0. Like, forget that. Is someone going to die on the pitch just to go and get that result? That's why Curtis is having that speech about, yeah, we were dogs. And he's not talking about the tactics at that point. Mm-hmm. He's saying, yeah, we look this, we're trying to play. Sometimes we're not playing, but we need to work. We need to do this. We need to be dogs. We need to make Anfield a place that's uncomfortable. That's nothing to do with the tactics. That's your application in the game. And the only way you can get players to continually, after winning and winning and winning, is to go and have a mindset and set a standard that doesn't allow that to slip. And the biggest period that, for me, the most catastrophic thing that we went and did as a club, and not we did, but the manager, is when we won the league. And I said it at the time, what did the manager decide to do? We're going to go on holiday. Klopp would have never done that. Klopp would have set another target and motivated some other players and play players that want to go and play. And if we were in this situation, he'd be like, you know what? McAllister, you're not playing well? Train Yoni, get in the team. Get in the team now. Oh, Konate, you're not playing well? Joe Gomez, you're back in. You can't do, oh what? Fabinho, you can't run anymore. Yeah, come out the team. Bacetic, you're coming in. Salah, you can't run? Cool, Chiesa, you're coming in. Because guess what? That is what he's able to galvanize a team and motivate a team to perform at a different level, even if they're incapable of doing something, because he inspires belief. And that's the one thing you cannot take away from Klopp, and that's why he's one of the greatest managers to go and see in the game. Forget the tactical side of stuff. I love the tactics, but forget that. This manager right now, tactically he's good. He's actually great. But does he inspire any confidence in you guys? Did you look at him on that touchline and think, yeah, we're losing the game, but I still trust in that man? For me, I lost the trust when we won the game 5-1 against Frankfurt and you went and just played the same team the next game against Brentford and lost. That was over for me. It was done. By that game, I was slot out. That's the reason why. Forget the tactics, forget the players, forget this. It is what it is at this point. You just need a different voice.
I think Nagelsmann said that football management is, I think it was 20% tactics, 20% something else, and 60% man management. And and I think that's an interesting way of looking at it. And because a lot of people say that actually there's not that much difference between managers. The managers that give you there's a big difference between, and that may be like 10 or 20% that makes a difference, are the elite level managers. And I think it's fair to say it's easy to win when you've got everything going in your favor. A real manager has to show it when the chips are down. And I think that is a fair criticism, Slot.
Jerry has a point though, in terms of the who's going to motivate the team. You look at every single person, you can call all the names that's on the pitch. Who is going to be that voice? I don't know if there's one right now. It is a fair point. I don't know if there's one.
Who's the
Husam,
mover?
you can think of any? Honestly, I can't think of any. That
The
really
only
would be
closest
the
one
voice.
is Robbo. The closest one is Robbo, but he doesn't.
He would be the only one you would automatically think, okay, it's probably him. But is Robbo really speaking up?
Robbo's probably upset at the fact that I'm a title winning left back, and you are playing this guy that is clearly not good enough. Pound for pound, Robbo's been better than Kirkes this season. It doesn't matter what mistakes you think Robbo's made. Position, everything.
America. Probably think about
So
America.
now he's thinking about the club don't want to give me a contract. There's so many things going on. It's insane at this point. It's insane. That's the biggest worry now. I couldn't care less about tactics or players or whether we sign Semenyo in the summer or whether Gahey comes in. It doesn't matter. It's over. It's stage 4. It's terminal. And Mike, I'm speaking this because Mike was here, and I'm speaking for myself and Mike. We were saying this not because we were preemptively trying to warn. Like, look, this is what's happening. You know, look, the donut keeps happening. He's trying to look at it from a tactical side. It's over. It doesn't even matter about the tactics anymore. Because guess what? The third goal that they scored, right, when it hit off the post and all of that, yes, Konate missed the ball, but Gravenberch, Van Dijk and Konate all got back in front of the goal. They all got back behind the player. So at that point, they clear the ball, and we're not talking about it if it doesn't go in. But when those goals start to go in, Kalas, that's it. It's finished. That's it. So now we can just talk about it. It's funny.
That is
I'm
your
laughing
favorite
in watch
word.
alongs.
Khalas, it's finished.
Yeah, 100. Listen. It has been. I've got more, man. I've got more.
Let me just grab these supers for move on to give solutions, because one thing is we are all depressed. So is everyone in the chat who supports Liverpool. But let's provide solutions. And it's funny because I used this NBA analogy before. I know Lex watches the NBA. I don't know which one of you guys as well watches the NBA, but it's like,
I do.
It's like basically asking Steph to be like a lockdown defender. It's just
That's never gonna happen.
It's just never gonna work. Bro.
Never happening.
I see this. I see the stuff we're trying to implement on the pitch, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is happening at this football club? Like, you're actually taking the pitch. Like, even as a negative person, people think I'm negative at least. Even as a negative person, I still said, look at this guy. See? And then they say why I'm triggered. It took you 5 hours yesterday to say Van Dijk is washed. It took you 5 hours to say it. And you're still coming here a day later. Guys, we've conceded 10 goals in 3 games, but let's blame the right winger. Emeka Lodge. He's going to be on the channel tomorrow. Emeka, I'll go undefeated against you tomorrow. 4th time beating you in the same argument. If anyone want to bring up the argument, by the way, on the panel, go for it. No problem. I'm here. I'm here to fight for Mo's corner because I know it ain't his fault. You get me? We saw Keza when he came on yesterday. Looked great, didn't he? It's fantastic.
No, to be fair, at this point, it doesn't matter. But let's be honest. Salah, for that second goal, right? The way he defended that is criminal. Any coach is looking at that moment, that's where the goal came from. You went and allowed the guy to jump inside. You don't recover. All we had to do is shift across and force him backwards. They didn't have to put a tackle in. That's just about marking space. So when you're not doing that and you're not scoring, like at this point, come on. And you're a leader as well. Like, I'm not even asking you now to score now. I'm just asking you just to put a shift in because this goal scoring isn't working. So when he's not doing that, is he slot out as well then? Is he slot out?
I
think
they're
JJ
all.
actually. I think he is. I think he's lost the whole dressing room.
Yeah,
Legit.
I think yes, yeah. I think yes.
I don't think anyone believes in this shit anymore. And actually, I'll tell you when this shifted. City away. You're talking about Brentford and blah blah blah. Let me tell you. Let me tell you my analysis of the situation, and this is what I legitimately believe. Yeah, I think we played Aston Villa, we played Real Madrid. Forget all this; they played into our hands. Slot changed it, and we looked amazing out there on the pitch. And you can see the passion, and you can see how the players felt on the football pitch. McAllister's veins popped because he stopped Onana from scoring on a corner. Now, this is legitimately what I believe happened, and correct me if I'm wrong and tell me I'm crazy if I'm conspiracizing. I think when we went to City away and Arne Slot asked the Liverpool players to high press Manchester City, I think then that's the moment when they went like, fuck this ain't working. Because the last 2 games, you asked us to do stuff that we're comfortable with. We all look amazing. We all look great. We go away to Manchester City and you ask us to high press Man City. And at that moment in time, that's the game where I believe he lost the dressing room. And I thought, okay, we're going to test it out. Nottingham Forest, let's see. Me and JJ were on the same panel together before the game. I'm like, okay, winnable run of fixtures. Forest is when I know, like, he's lost it completely. Because no one's fighting. Not a single player is fighting up there on the football pitch. And actually, the only one fighting in Szoboszlai is the only one getting praised by the whole fan base. But then sometimes I take a step back and go like, okay, shit. Salah, Van Dijk, Ekitike, Isak, Florian Wirtz, McAllister, and I'm saying my best player is Szoboszlai. Fuck, there is something wrong. It reminds me, you guys remember 2 years ago when Chelsea fans were saying our best player has been Conor Gallagher? It's kind of just like that's when you know actually this shit is bad. This ain't a good sign. So yeah. Anyway, let me just grab these supers. Gonna move on. Talk about solutions for Liverpool, guys. We got almost 900 people locked in. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you, please hit the like button and subscribe. And how many? We're at 900 people. We're not even at 200 likes yet. You guys are all mad at Slot, but your conversion rate is even worse. Slot is 3 out of 12. Your conversion rate is even worse than this. So close the live chat, hit the like button, please. And dubs in the chat as well for Ed for dropping in the 100 piece. Big up to you, Ed. He silenced Mike and came back for a day. I know a lot of people will be happy with that decision. I've made Igal not be able to talk for a whole stream. I remember. It was a fantastic day, brother. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate it. Watch next 2 games to see how worse we're going to get. 7th minute. Jared Bowen. 7 minutes in. 1-0 to West Ham. And pray for Liverpool. Pray for Liverpool. Khalas, we're done. If we lose to West Ham, sack him in the tunnel. Like Rax will tell you this. Big up to Scotty who says RIP Loserpool. Up the Chelsea from San Diego. Chelsea fans show up when they're winning. That's the Chelsea special. Also, you're a grown man with kids and you're using the word Loserpool. Come on, man. You could do better. Big up to Shinobi who says, keep us out for your shit. Yeah, but you're a Man United fan who said you're going to come on at halftime of Man United Everton. Then you were 1-0 down and then you pussied out. Big up to Mookie who says, we're winning away. We're winning away. How shit must you be? We're winning away. We're not going to win. Best case scenario is draw this Sunday. I'm going to be honest. I'm real with you. I know Chelsea Arsenal is the real showcase.
Slapped by West Ham, blood.
Best case scenario. I said best case scenario. So big up to my guy Redline of Terranga who says JJ and you. That's why for the first half an hour he was observing. And then he spoke. And then he said two things. Big up my guy Omar. Oh my god, this is the Colombian guy that used to clip us up. How are you enjoying the Bayern fans, mate? Big up Omar. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? He says, hey guys, I hope you start a new project with a good coach. Slust must come out. Oh my god. The Colombian guy that used to clip me up, who is now clipping Bayern Munich fans, is also slot out. You know when I know it's done? Monday, before the Kopish stream, I speak to my dad, and my dad is slot out. The moment my dad turned, And he was ranting at me in the morning. He's like, why is this guy still at the job today? Why is this guy still at the job? Why is he still the Liverpool manager? I'm like, Dad, I don't know why. I don't know why. You got me. Hey, saludos. Big up to you, Omar. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Even my dad is questioning why Stott is still the manager.
You know, me and Omar went on a journey together. I started by criticizing Diaz. Last season, I was singing Colombian national anthem. El bien Hermina, ya. Gloria y Marcile, jubilo immortal. See?
You've actually memorized it.
Yeah, Colombian national anthem. I had to make peace because maybe I want to visit Bogota one day. Have to change.
Cali's better. Bogota's not great.
See, okay, no problem. I'll go to Cali. Then.
Cali,
Caliente.
Cali, Medellin, Guatapé, San Andres, good places.
You speak Spanish, right, JJ?
Mm-hmm.
And Polish, right?
Yeah.
And English as well.
No, you don't say.
Wow.
Wow.
And Scouse.
Well done.
And Scouse.
JJ speak English. 1 down, 7 games until January 1st. How many are we losing? Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb here, but if we lose to West Ham, he's probably going to get sacked. Like, I'm sorry. Let's just keep it real. We lose this Sunday and it's finito.
Who we play after West Ham?
Sunderland at Anfield on Wednesday night.
Also, we playing Black Cats. Nah, not happening. We ain't beating them.
It's finito, brother. It's finito. Big up to Mookie again, who says, if I don't turn everything in comedy, gonna lose every interest in my club. That's how bad the situation is. I was happier with Borini Balotelli era. No joke. No, but you're correct. And you wanna know why? We had no expectations.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, we're ass. And we know we're ass. We're going to win the league next year. We were very delusional. So life was easier. Now it's just like, shit, like with all these players, 400 million. You know, if someone came to me in August, as we were doing Liverpool shows, and I was speaking to all these guys on the panel, except Barnes, because I hadn't worked with them yet. And someone came to me and went like, Husam, close to December, you're going to be doing crisis meetings. I'd have laughed in his face. But this is the reality. Like, this is the actual reality now. It's fucking mental, bro. Fucking mental. Big up Mookie. Big up to everyone locked in. Like I said, please hit the like button, subscribe. JJ, I'm going to start with you on this one. What is the solution? Is it an interim manager till the end of the season? Is there anyone you got your eye on? Which manager? Because he's going to get sacked at some point in time. Who would you like to get?
You need to get a manager for me that can, at a bare minimum, inspire the players to believe in a system that he's got. Who that manager is, I don't know. I've got my opinions on how I think football is. I like De Zerbi personally, but again, he's not everyone's cup of tea. I am not going to lie to you. I don't really know, but getting an interim manager is pointless. Like, it's actually just pointless. If you're going to get a manager in, you're better off getting a manager that, you know, you can sack off this season, but you can build something and build towards something. So if we recall, you know, when Jurgen Klopp came in, yes, we got to the Europa League final, right? But it wasn't about winning that per se. It was about building something that can continue for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line. If you get an interim manager in, it leaves you in a weird situation. Let's say the interim manager wins the FA Cup. Do you then sack him? Or does he then stay? Or it becomes a bit weird, right? Obviously, additionally...
Are you against the idea of interim completely?
Yeah, I just like, I mean...
What about...
I just don't see the point. You're bringing in an interim manager. I mean, look, Slot should leave just off the basis of what's going on. Just out of just principle, he needs to go. So if you need to bring in an interim manager because you can't find anyone else, cool. But it means that everything is delayed. It means that anything that's put in place, it's like with Rangnick, if you guys remember, anything that's put in place, good, bad, or ugly, doesn't make a difference. Because ultimately, a new manager is going to be coming in and you're going to be having to go through this whole pain again, where the manager's learning the players. We find out whether we're having the discussion about, does he trust these players? Does he not? Oh, he needs to sign these players. this player doesn't fit this profile, XYZ. It's better off for me. He comes in now, and I would have done this before the international break last time. For me, that was the time to do it, where you go and bring in a manager, and straight away these are my ideals, and irrespective of what players we've got, you're going to be able to see what we are trying to do in the first game. The best managers are able to go and do that because they're able to galvanize the team and they all believe in what they're doing. Whether it's a defensive setup, whether it's an offensive setup, at this point, it just doesn't matter. But there has to be a belief where we can go and see and be like, oh, okay, I might not like it, Husam might not like it, but Rak and Ram might like it. But guess what? We all sit here and be like, oh, I know what we're trying to do, though. I get what we're trying to do. And if the players can buy into it, then guess what? You're going to be a bit more successful in football games. And that's about who the manager is at this point. I don't know. We can speak about all the other factors. Oh, this player, that player. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now if Isak is good, if he's successful, if he's not, if he plays, if he doesn't. You need a manager that's going to come in and be like, Ekitike, you're my guy. Verts, you're my guy. Salah, you're out. Gakpo, you're out. Or vice versa. Ekitike, you ain't playing. Verts, you're not playing. Salah and Gakpo, you are definitely playing. And we are playing Soboslai in the false nine. And we are going to do this. And it works. And if it works and gets results of football and that's his style and that's the way he wants to play, then I think you'll see an improved Liverpool for the future. Because right now, the short term doesn't make a difference. We're not winning anything.
I disagree. See, this is where we disagree. I think if we get a new manager, we could win the UCL this season. We saw it with Tuchel and Di Matteo at Chelsea. Mid-season, literally.
Even Di Matteo, worst manager.
Because here's the thing, Jerry. I don't think these players are ass, bro. I think we can win the UCL.
I agree with you.
But those players, when I recall, and maybe I'm wrong, but those players that we're talking about, so like Di Matteo, even when Tuchel came in, you saw a semblance of like, oh, but they're doing rubbish, but Mason Mount's doing really well, and Reece James is doing really well, and right now, no one's doing well. No, it's not like Salah or Gakpo or Isak are performing really well, but defensively they're shocking. But you've got someone there that you're like, you can't hang your hat on anything right now. Managers coming in and thinking, if it stays the same, Isak's not scoring goals, Ekitike is not scoring goals, Salah's not the same Salah, and Gakpo's Gakpo, and Verts is Verts. And I've got to try and get a tune out of them. I've got to try. It's not like they're performing at a level where you can kind of start off with anything. You're just starting them with a fresh.
I disagree, JJ. I disagree, in my opinion, with that, especially with that Chelsea team that won the Champions League in 2021. At the start of the season, especially when doing the content creating on the terrace, a lot of Chelsea fans were questioning whether Thiago Silva should have even been bought because he was too old to play. Whether people were divided about Mason Mount. People were saying Kai Havertz was a flop. Timo Werner is useless up front. That was the sort of like the consensus with everybody. The only player that actually would say he played well is Chilwell and Ziyech, but he was never fit. Chilwell was because he was just a steady Eddie at left back that would just do a job, and you know what you get from him. And I feel like it's kind of the same thing with us. Like Soboslai is our only good player. Obviously, Gravenberg before the last couple.
Remember, they won the UCL with Jorginho, Kante, and stuff like playing a back five, shit like that.
I think.
Okay, let me just throw out a scenario. Ram, you answer. If let's assume, for the sake of argument, just an assumption. Let's say we get Glasner tomorrow, and we play that Glasner style. I'm not even a fan of Glasner. I don't want us to get Glasner, but let's say we did. Would it be out of the realms of possibility to end this season as the Champions League winners and finishing 5th in the league or 4th?
Potentially, because I don't really.
Is it impossible?
It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible, bro. But I don't think it's likely. I feel like people ain't gonna like me for saying this. I feel like the only way for me to be confident in our team winning the Champions League is if a certain manager comes out of retirement.
Who?
You want that? I want to come back and take over Liverpool.
Oh, Jurgen.
This man, gosh.
Jurgen. That's the only way.
So hold on. So we bring in Jurgen. Hold on. So we bring in Jurgen. He then hypothetically wins the Champions League, and then told you guys, "See ya, get Glasner in." Like that's going to be
no. But then your options are a lot more better because obviously there's other managers that will probably be available during the summer. Bro.
But then you've got players there that what you are doing is you are proving to everyone in the world, my man couldn't do it. Jurgen Klopp's had to come back to sort it out, but I'm going to go again. Players aren't going to want to come back.
But then, even then, consider the situation. Slot won the league with players Jurgen Klopp had and didn't win the league with. So what we're doing? We can't go back.
No. Because it was a building thing. If you go and look at Jurgen Klopp's teams, they always went and built towards something. It was never like, oh yeah, he had the team and then he went. It's like you went and got the team and you always saw it. They missed out just about, and then the next season always went and kicked on. If you go and look at that season up until March, weren't they in for the quad? They were in for every competition. They were in for the quad that season. So when you look at it, it was like, of course, yes, it wasn't the final product. Yes, Jurgen Klopp might have been tired. There's loads of reasons. But if Jurgen Klopp comes back, not only as fans, the players will be looking at it thinking, yeah, that's why I'm at Liverpool, though. As soon as the next manager comes in, you are now perpetuating that cycle of who's my man's coming in after what we've done. So exactly, it's like I've won this. Who is this guy? So for me, if you're gonna go and do that, you're better off just cutting it now, right? And if you're gonna do the interim thing, and if you really want an interim manager, you have to just get someone random who's just gonna give you heart and passion.
What, Stevie?
Oh.
Yeah, and I don't want that. But if you're going to do the interim thing, it needs to be like what Kenny Dalglish did, where you come in and everyone understands this is an interim manager. Because Jurgen Klopp doesn't give you the interim manager vibe. Jurgen Klopp's going to go all out. Jurgen Klopp's only going to come in if he can give his 100% in. If he can give his 100% in, right, he spoke about this. I'm only going to come in if I can't give my 100%, I'm not in the job. So 100% means I'm all in for it. Interim, he's not doing that. So if you want an interim, him, Carragher, like Dalglish again, I don't know.
Look, in some kind of hypothetical world,
JJ is right. If Klopp comes back and we win the Champions League, I'll definitely ask for a Klopp contract. I'll be a liar if I said I'm a liar.
But also,
that's the thing.
I'm pre-lying if I say Klopp wins the Champions League and I don't go like give him a contract. Wallahi, I'm a liar.
Even if he wins the Champions League, I wouldn't give him a contract.
The whole point is we're looking for solutions, right? And Klopp is not coming back. That's not going to happen because all the changes, all the Michael Edwards coming back, Richard Hughes, all this kind of backroom revolution that's kind of occurred. These guys all left. Julian Ward, these guys all left because of Jurgen Klopp. They're not going to revert back to him. Also,
if they did, it'd ruin the whole structure. Yeah.
Yeah, because then you lose credibility completely, and then also like these guys, they want to run the club a different way. And don't get me wrong, I think Klopp could come in and do a great job as an interim if that was the only idea without all the baggage? Yes, but it's just not going to happen. So if it's not going to happen, it's not really a solution worth discussing. The question is, do we go with an interim or do we not go with an interim? If, for example, and I think probably this is the main guy that people are talking about who may be a possibility to come in the summer rather than now, if things don't go right for him at Madrid, is maybe a Xabi Alonso. And if the club are watching that situation and they think that this Vinicius contract situation, maybe they prioritise Vinicius over Alonso, even though Madrid are doing okay. If that's a possibility, do they think, okay, let's get someone in like a Stevie or someone who can freshen up the backroom staff, get people motivated, get us playing reasonable football and hopefully get us into the Champions League, and then see who's available in time? Because there will be a bigger range. Because Alonso obviously is not going to leave now. It's questionable whether some of those other guys or some of the other managers are going to be available now versus like Enrique. I don't think we'll necessarily leave PSG now, but maybe in the summer for a new challenge, maybe that's an option, for example.
No, but Rak,
the thing is, we've had these conversations that people aren't going to want to hear. We've had these conversations for another club just down the road from us, from Manchester United, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they've gone for the interim, sometimes they've gone for the long term, sometimes they brought the long term manager in mid-season. Amorim was almost out of the job by the end of last season. So, and then that negativity filtered through to a start of this season as well. So it's a dangerous game no matter what we play. There's no easy.
That's why I was saying. That's why I was saying it's over. That's why I was saying it's over now. Anything that you do now is.
If say for instance, for example, and this is a mad hypothetical, but whether it happens, it happens. If Stevie comes in and somehow we end up winning the Champions League, do you think the board will be like, okay, bye. We'll go and get my man. They'll probably be like, they'll probably rethink their strategy. Be like, you know what, this guy.
No, but the thing is, right? I think you need to take each situation on its merits, right? Yes, if Stevie come in and won Champions League, fine, but I would still like them to scour the market for the best available.
Yeah, if Liverpool finished 15th, but Liverpool win the Champions League, no one is screaming for Gerrard to stay in the thing.
No, but if we go up the table and we finish around about 4th or 5th and we win the Champions League, then
he probably look, they'll scour the market, but at that point it's the whole credit in the bank. This is what people keep speaking about with Slot, right? He had credit in the bank. So if he wins the Champions League, he would have been the second manager since Slot, right, to win the Champions League. So ultimately, you can't have your cake and eat it. Like I'm saying, if you're gonna, and this is what I'm saying, if you're gonna go and get an interim manager, that's what you're risking. You're risking the interim manager for the players to just randomly, because again, no one is saying the players are rubbish. We know if Isak turns it on at any given moment, if he can do in a red top, he can get you 25 goals in the Premier League. If Wirtz turns up, we know what Wirtz can do. We know what Ekiti could do. Salah, at any given moment in time, he could explode, maybe not, but he could. He's proven it for so long. We've got quality players all over the pitch. So at that point, it's not like you're not rebranding the team and having to get players in. And we're not at the point where we're like, we hate the players, man. He's not good enough to wear the shirt. And we're not saying that. I think Kirkers isn't good enough, but that's just my opinion. But the rest of them, you all know they're like, yeah, they're Liverpool players. They just won the league. So a manager coming in now just has to galvanise that group. And if they turn it on, they're going to win more football games than they lose. Forget that style of tactics and play. But longer term, though, I think it's better you just bring the manager in right now and you suffer with this season because you'll be looking towards the summer and the future. And you'd think with the structure that Liverpool have, they'll be better.
What if the one that we want now is not available?
Then you have to get an interim, but you have to just be aware of the fact that you may get an interim manager, but even if it gets worse, he's not getting sacked. So if Liverpool end up 15th, 16th, you just need to accept it and be like, well, he's just holding the reins for Jabi Alonso or whoever to come in the summer. But there's no point having get him out in April. Because you know at that point he just came in because Slot had to go just based on principle, based on the fact that it's the worst run since 1953. That's about it.
I mean,
you're right.
Chelsea did it with what's it called? Gus Hiddink. Everyone knew that he's going to be interim. He wasn't going to be there longer term. It's got to be something similar along the lines of that. And for me, I can't think of any manager that available out there of the quality that will do that. In my opinion. Who is realistic, in my opinion, as well. When people like to bring up Zidane, he ain't coming to England. He's going to France at the end of the season.
You guys are thinking too high. Interim, you're thinking too high. You got to be thinking about some other managers, bro.
But they're not at the level. That's the thing. We don't.
But it's interim.
No interim going to be. Yeah.
But interim's going to be of the level. So if you go with an interim, guess what? Steven Gerrard is probably going to be the one that comes in.
Did Brendan Rodgers just leave Celtic?
Brendan Rodgers. That's the level you're working with.
I can't stand Rodgers.
I'm joking.
I'm just saying. Rodgers will make me lose my shit. I can't stand the guy. I legit can't stand him. I see his face and I get irritated.
It might be Buvac or someone like that. Someone random. Like, where is he? Why is he here? Oh yeah, him. But that's what that's an interim manager.
You went ultra random. Like that's very.
Is Rafa available? Is he still available?
Hold on, but Husam. No, you know what? It might be Rafa, but you know what? Wasn't Rangnick random for United? When he ran,
no, but that was random because it made no sense for the whole. He played a certain style of football that didn't fit the club, and they were trying to overhaul the club.
But that's what an interim. At that point, it's an interim. Who's gonna? What style was Liverpool?
I don't expect a manager to overhaul the club and the entire philosophy of the club. That's what they tried to do with Rangnick. That's why they brought him in. That's why I was a bit like, yo.
Yeah, but they brought him in as an interim. That was just random. So I'm saying you could get Benitez. Benitez could come in and it's just see you out to the end of the season.
The irony is like someone like a Peter Bosch at PSV is the kind of guy that I could see coming in. But obviously, I don't think he's going to leave PSV in the
PSV exactly.
You know, yeah. So that's the kind of person we'd be looking at.
Oh God, man!
I want to see the odds of the next Liverpool manager. See what managers are listed, and then we can go from there. I think that's the best way to do it.
We do need a manager that can galvanize the team, though.
Yeah.
You need a motivational manager. That's what you need.
That's the thing. That's the thing that this team lacks so much motivation. They're all jaded. They're all the motivation levels are at an all-time low, bro.
Pochettino.
Oh God.
Roberto Martinez.
He's out. I swear they're managers of international managers.
Yeah, they'll leave that. They'll leave that for
not World Cup year. Not for a World Cup year. They won't leave.
Yeah, Pochettino not leaving the US team.
Yeah,
Postacoglu, Gareth Southgate.
Oh, you don't call that.
Are you trying to kill us,
Lopetegui?
Are you trying to kill us, JJ? Last time,
Thiago Motta's the kind of semi-interesting one, just because he was kind of like touted around as being like a bit of a tactical manager. Maybe they tried something.
Sergio Conte.
I know.
Sergio Conceição, the one that was at Porto and at AC Milan. That's an interim. He's out. He's just not working.
Hey,
that's an interim.
What's that manager? Imga Saudi was the Inter manager last season, isn't it?
Inzaghi.
Oh, don't get
Mo would have a field day with Husam if that happens.
Inzaghi's man management is even worse than Baldi. Trust me. You don't want Inzaghi. Stop it. Inzaghi had Manchester City squad of Italy and won 1 league title in 4 years. He lost to Pioli. That's worse than losing to Arteta. Trust me.
Husam's not gonna like this for sure. I think most people. But if Pep, not the Pep, the other Pep wasn't at Man City.
No, don't mention that fraud name. No.
I'm saying that I could understand why they may approach it. Obviously, he's not.
It would have been Linders. They would have got Linders. If Linders was available, they would have got Linders in because he would have.
Behave, man.
They would have.
It makes sense.
No, but Ram, what are you expecting from an interim manager? I don't know what you're expecting.
It makes sense.
Man,
you're not going to get a manager who's a full. But you're not going to get a manager who's a full-time working manager for any reasonable club to come in, leave their job, and come in as an interim. That doesn't like people saying Glasner's an interim or whatever. Glasner's not leave us a job. And not to, so if you want a Glasner, then you have to bring him in as your permanent manager, which is the other way to do it.
Rafa in a job.
Yeah, I think Rafa.
But it'll be somewhere like, I don't know, man, like China, like Korea or something at this point. Yeah,
bro, if you want an interim, just give it to Stevie till the end of the season.
But that's my point. It will be Stevie, and it'll be like he understands the club, he understands this. He worked under Jurgen Klopp. He was in the academy with it, and that's what it will be. And it will be. Look, can he galvanize those players? That's what it will be. It will be this, and you have the same video of him walking around, shaking everyone's hand, right? The same way Zidane did when he first came in, and all the players are in awe because they're like, "Wow, that's Steven Gerrard." That's what it will be. That's what
I warn you all from now. If he wins the UCL as manager, I'm doing the Rio Ferdinand. Give him the contract now.
Oh my God.
Oh gee.
Yeah.
You lot had a go at
Ram. You know, let me call out Ram, this little loser. Let me call out this little loser Ram. Because there's a reason Flawless came in here and said, big up to all of you except Ram. Ram will be the first one on the Football Terrace match reaction if Gerrard won the Champions League as manager to go like, sign the contract.
My skipper, my captain. Yes, you would. You'd be like, my captain. Yeah, you would.
I'm telling you guys from now, the only one on the panel that probably won't say that is JJ. The rest of us will all say it. 100%.
No.
Stop it. Because
it depends.
I love Stevie, and if he gets me a Champions League, that's the best he can. For me, that would be the best he can do. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, and then I'm sure the Ram stand would go like, yeah, you can leave tomorrow, Gerrard, right?
Yeah, but I'd still think about the whole. I'd still think about the whole Di Matteo, type. You know that I'd have to examine if it was actually Stevie G that caused us to win the league because of his tactical brilliance and so on and so forth, or if it was because we just
it's all context. It's all context.
Yeah. We would have to analyze that because it would be clear. Like if we could say, oh, what is our style of play? We don't really have one, but we have good players, so we just beat everyone. As opposed to, oh, we're playing tiki-taka football. You can see the setup. You can see the off the ball. You can see how we set up on the ball is good for when we lose the ball to get it back off the ball retention, so on and so forth. You get me? So there's a lot of things that I'd have to take into consideration to actually say, okay, whatever interim we get, let's say, let's keep him, because I think there'll be a lot of discussions to be had there. I wouldn't just off the cuff just say that. It's because I'm not like Husam with the slut out after the announcement.
But hold on, did you guys hear the way Gerard was talking in the gantry after the game? Did you hear him?
I heard about
Where
it,
he
but
was
I
like,
didn't hear.
where he was like, they asked, so that obviously to the reporter or whoever is
And
the
he was
host
saying it's
must
not a
have asked him,
crisis yet.
No, exactly, not a crisis. But why is it not a crisis? It's disrespectful to those players that have done all this. They ask him, would you drop Salah? Who for? What do you mean? What Salah's done? They ask him about Konate. I wouldn't have taken Konate out of the team. I wouldn't have taken him out of the team. All these things, these players can hear this, So when the manager comes in, when it's Gerard, it's Gerard had my back there.
To be honest with you,
guys, stop. I've just come to a horrible realization who it might be. It could be Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
I thought about it. I literally just thought about it, but I said
can you
no.
remove him? Can you remove him, please?
That would make serious sense. No, that wouldn't. No, that wouldn't happen. I thought about it, but then I actually thought about it, and then I was like, no, that don't make sense.
Bro, it is a possibility. Do I want it to happen?
Hold on.
You
think the manager will be sacked? And FSG will say, yeah, but keep the backroom staff that are involved with the day-to-day training, with the boxercise and the rugby sessions. And come on, everyone's gone.
No, at this point, I don't know. But it seems like the easy option for the club. That's what they.
Gerard's the easy.
Gerard's I don't want it to happen. But
let's analyze this. Let's analyze this from a business perspective. Yeah. Due to the fact that we made so much large investment, I don't necessarily... You see, interns are for transitional teams. I do not believe that we should get an intern because of the investment that we've made and how seriously we need to actually improve on results and actually win silverware. I don't think we're in a position where we can say, we can do small things. We've done a lot of big things. Now it's time to go ahead and continue doing big things. You get me? It's right. It kind of coincides with January and so on and so forth. So like by early mid-December, get rid of Slot. Hopefully these guys can have discussions with whichever manager they've chosen. I would, based on the setup of the team, I'd be more inclined to choose a manager who's tactically, from a tactical perspective, smart and has good leadership qualities to try and galvanize the squad. But I think we need the tactics because I don't think that our team is necessarily built where we can just do a plug and play thing. We have to have a tactical manager because the players that we have, some of their strengths, they kind of differ. So to place them all on one pitch and have it work would take someone with a good eye to players, a good eye for talent, and also the ability to set up. So, for instance, if we decide that we want to build a team around Wirtz, then we know that at all times when Wirtz is on the ball, we need to provide people around him. Like this, the guys need to be in the gaps instead of running away from the ball like we currently do. The whole style of the football needs to change. So that's just where I see it. And because I've seen where they said, Liverpool haven't been looking for managers. That cannot be the case. I hope they've been looking because it's been a minute where even us as fans could see that, hey, this guy could potentially lose his job if he doesn't turn things around. That was like a month ago, 2 months ago. You get me? So if we could see that, these men should have been in a situation where they can also see it and be like, yo, I know it's kind of early doors, but let's at least make a few phone calls and see what's possible. If the man them say Glasner, Iraola, whatever, I'm somewhat for it. I won't say okay we'll achieve some sort of success or this or that with these man because I know they're kind of fresh on this on the scene, so to speak. But I, especially with Glasner, I've noticed his ability to galvanize a team, to put players on a pitch and convince them that they're good enough to play, irrespective of the fact that most people don't necessarily think they're good enough to actually beat certain teams. Like they beat us, they beat multiple times, which to me kind of put me in a situation where I say, well, since Slot cannot beat this guy, let's get him. And then we can go from there. If it's Iraola, fine. I'm a fan of his football. If it's, I don't know, if we go for Xavi, if we go for Zidane, whoever.
The thing is with the Areola thing, I was on that thought as well, but then I watched him, and yes, you can say it's just one game, but I watched him away at Man City when he played that high line, and I'm like, okay,
naive.
So this whole stubborn thing as well is gonna apply to us. Like, make no mistake.
Yeah. So
that's my.
But if we were to go for Prem proven managers, my first choice would be Glasgow. Because I think from a man management perspective, I think he's good, and I also think that tactically he can adjust. He can make different adjustments that could fit the current structure of the squad and have us winning games. Because I don't think it's very difficult to get this team winning games. I just think we just need to make the right decision into who we're getting in it.
Work for our team.
Huh?
I don't think his structure will work for our team.
Yeah, but I also don't think he's glued to a structure.
Oh, I think he is.
Because
even at Frankfurt, he played with a back three. He's played with a back three his entire career. Like that's his structure, and he's quite rigid with that. I think it fits better with the mid-table team. That's why I'm a bit worried, because maybe at the start of his career he tried to fall back and it didn't work very well, so he had to revert to a 3-back. But I just know that his style of football works better for the lower level teams, not the top teams, but the teams below that. For me,
hey, De Zerbi's not a bad shot, to be honest.
The thing is, though, aren't Marseille top of the league right now? Let me check.
They're top. They're top.
They're top of the league.
second, I think.
No, they're second. They're second.
PSG
2 points behind PSG.
Yeah.
2 points behind PSG.
I don't think the board would take De Zerbi, though. I don't think, in my opinion.
He's just a loose cannon, right? Like he's a
Very,
very good manager, but you
Very
can't.
good.
He's not. Yeah, he's just not going to be controllable, and I think that's something that.
The one thing you have though, and the reason why I kind of picked the Zerbi as well is he's someone that when you go listen to like how Brighton fans or Sassuolo fans or even Marseille fans speak about, they've got an instant connection with the manager. You know, where you'd look at him on the sideline, he's proper. Do you know what I mean? Like just, you know what I mean?
Also,
vibes,
you know what's
energy
funny?
on the touchline. Sometimes you just need that because when you look at like even Anfield right now, it's so quiet. All it needs is a manager that's gonna give some energy on the touchline. Yeah. So you look at it like, you know, like I wouldn't want this manager, but you know, you go and look at like how Conte behaves on the touchline and how Simeone behaves. Like sometimes you need that, so the players and the fans can see, oh look, if he's dying for the badge like this in this game, we need to be like that as well. Tuchel's quite like that as well.
He has the personality. Look, I think undoubtedly De Zerbi has the personality. The argument is he's going to be uncontrollable with his temperament. To
me, that's a problem. Because if Hughes and them man, bro, listen, a yes man manager isn't going to get us to where we want it. Man have to have some personality, Blake.
You need to have some. But I think it's ultimately they want someone who's going to work together, right? That's the whole idea. That
but you can get someone who's not a yes man, but your visions align. You get me? So if your visions align with De Zerbi, then fine. But
De Zerbi's the type of manager, to Rax's point though, where he will be like,
he wants this.
I want this. No, I want this left back. Right? And Liverpool go. All right, cool. If he's 50 million, like we'll get him. Right? and then they come back and they're like, yeah, we can't get him because they valued him at 60 million, right? Jurgen Klopp would have been like, okay, cool. Who else is there? De Zerbi will kick off and be like, what do you mean it's 10 million? Get that player. Oh, you know what? Nah, I'm not. Yeah,
not even that. I think you give him an alternative.
Look at the way Brighton. He Brighton got rid of him because of the blow up, right? Because Brighton are run in a wanna be smart way, in the way that Liverpool kind of wanna be run. That type of analytical collegiate approach. Everyone works together, and De Zerbi came out a few times that season before when he got sacked. Because he got sacked. He didn't leave.
No,
he got sacked.
He left.
Left. Both of them left.
Mutual consent. I thought it was mutual consent.
Mutual consent. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing. But I think as a personality, De Zerbi would be the kind of guy we're looking for. Technically, I think he's the guy that we'd be looking for.
I think the only difference is with De Zerbi for me is obviously with the Brighton situation is the fact that he felt as though he built something with Brighton and wanted to build on that. And because of how Brighton operate, where we having to sell, what do you mean? I want to keep Caicedo and this, and now it becomes a problem. Whereas I think at Liverpool, at the stage they're at, unless it's Barcelona and Real Madrid, and even then, it's difficult for those clubs because of what Liverpool are paying these players and where Liverpool are. You're not really, if they're going to a tier below. Maybe they may be the same level team, but you're not. They're not forced to sell Salah. They're not forced to sell Alisson. They're not forced to sell Van Dijk. Don't be forced to sell Isak. So he may potentially look at it and be like, you know what? Yeah, I could stay here because I can build something. Only thing is to my point, he wants a player, and where FSG are like, yeah, we're not going above. Like with Gahey as an example, he'd kick off about Gahey. He's the type of manager that would have absolutely lost his mind and would have said, yeah, I haven't been backed in the window. I needed a centre-back. I didn't get it. The club's against me.
What if it's a player like, say, for instance, how everyone likes to talk about, obviously, Branton, Salah, Goetze and Mane. What if it's the club? He wants a specific player and the club's like, I'm not really sure. I think this player will be better. I have a feeling he might even kick off after that.
I mean, at Brighton, at Sassuolo, they didn't have the choice of players in it. They probably just gave him a list and he had to deal with it. So he might be all right with that, but it's again at the level that Liverpool are at. Let's say he wants a certain player. It's like Mourinho, innit? Remember when Mourinho didn't get Alderweireld for United and then just lost it and was like, it wasn't backed. It'll be the same thing. And he's the type of person, and sometimes you need it, but he will go and fight a Salah. You end up hearing, him and Salah had a punch up in the changing room because he told Salah you're not playing. And then told him, you're never going to play for this club again. Didn't that happen? That happened at Marseille already.
That happened with Greenwood.
Was it Guendouzi?
Was Rabiot.
Rabiot and Jonathan Rowe. Is that the name? Was he at Marseille?
Are you talking about the centre midfielder?
No, he's a winger. He left. What's the name? Jonathan Rowe. Yeah, Jonathan Rowe was at Marseille. He's at Bologna now. He got sold to Bologna after that. Him and Guendouzi got sold. He said, you'll never play for this club again. Just publicly and sold him.
Yeah. Is this true what someone wrote in the chat, that Luis Enrique didn't sign his contract extension with PSG?
I don't know about that, but it's possible.
It wouldn't shock me if Enrique becomes Liverpool manager because people are doing too much.
We need a few more tech men still. Forget.
We need a little bit more.
No. We can now. Liverpool spend money, brother. Hey.
We got the money now. We got the money. Maybe
we are one of the biggest clubs in the world, right? Make no mistake about it. And we are in league position. We're not great, but we're one of the probably top 2 or 3 not even top 2, the most attractive team out there for any aspiring manager. So people will want to come to us. And as a manager like Enrique, who speaks English and I think maybe has got a bit of an affinity. He's always talking to the British what's it called, panelists on I know CBS, but I think he would be interested in the job in England at some point, whether that's Liverpool or whether that's somebody else. Who knows? So I think he would be interested if we're interested in him.
I think it's either City or Liverpool will go to. I don't know if Arsenal will go of Arteta, but I think it's those two. I think
It's
he'll
not impossible though. People act like we can't attract the managers of that ilk. We can. Trust me, we can. Trust me. Anyway, it's been an unbelievable stream, you guys. So Ram, open new tab, start your stream. You get me? Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you guys are subscribing. I'm back tomorrow with another Liverpool show. Not a crisis meeting. This time we're going to preview what happens at West Ham with 5 different Liverpool content creators. You get me? So it's such is life. There's another Liverpool game going to have to cover, unfortunately. Make sure you guys are liking.
Still backing slot.
Nah, even Tom is slot out now.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
I can't believe Tom turned before Rax. That's mad. But anyway, hit the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Big up to Ed for dropping in the 100 piece. Big up to everyone in the chat. This was a very calm crisis meeting. You get me?
Rock's turn. He just don't want to see it.
Yeah, he'll turn Sunday. Don't worry.
He'll turn
when we're 1-0 down after 7 minutes. He'll turn. We're gonna send you guys over to the Ram stand. This fraud is live now, so I'm gonna send you guys over there. Go over there. Go show him some love. Go show him some support as well. Can you click go live so you can get the benefits of the redirect? You want me to keep teaching you, Ram?
Chill, bro. I'm hitting it.
Go live. Yalla, habibi. What you are? I delayed my outro for you. Go live.
I appreciate it. I'm doing it now.
Yeah, this guy, bro. How are you 20 years old?
There we go. I'm live. I'm live. You happy?
Yes, I'm happy. Thank you. Anyway,
there we go.
I'm gonna redirect you over to the Ram stand. His stream is also titled Crisis Stream. Wow, thanks for being original there, brother. And yeah, go subscribe to Bajan, Reds TV. Go subscribe to Jerry James Show. Subscribe to Lex's channel as well. Lex, the is in the description. And see you guys over on Ram's channel. Go spam Husam raid in his chat. Peace out.